Yeah, good afternoon. Obviously, good football game and big win, but we had a black eye from the altercation that happened after the game, and it was disheartening, very disappointed in our team and our actions after the game. Whatever involvement that it might have been, there's no room for that, and it's classless, and that's not who we are as a program. And we have an opportunity to play on ESPN on national stage, and it's an opportunity for us to promote our brand and our conference and HBCU football. And I believe that we let all of them down. So we'll work to get better and learn from this experience. I've been coaching a long time, and this is the first time any of my teams have been involved in this stuff right here. But regardless, you got 60 minutes. Let's play football. After the game's over, let's shake hands and move on. But as far as the game's concerned, I thought that offensively moved the ball really well up and down the field in the first half, but struggled in the red zone. Field goals, we couldn't get a kickoff. We got several blocked, and a couple turnovers in the red zone. So we were 2 of 7 in the red zone. It was us 5 opportunities. That could have been 35 more points. So if it's just field goals, 15 more. So we've done well all year in the red zone, but Friday night we did not fare as well. Defensively, I thought those guys played outstanding. Defense staff, hats off to them. Coach Cord and the crew over there. I believe we held them to 37 yards rushing, 38 yards rushing, and they were 0 for 13 on third down conversions. And I thought that defensively we dominated the game the whole night, and I was very, very pleased with the effort on that side of the ball. Jamari Braxton, freshman corner, got his first start. We had a young man go down with the injury, Norris, on Thursday. At the end of practice, he got hurt, but was not able to play. So we had a freshman out there, Jamari Braxton, I thought played phenomenal. So he and Jalen Bowden played outstanding on the corners, and our D-line, I thought, got after pretty good up front. So great defensive performance, and we were able to come out with the big win.
Coach, good to see you as always. I wanted to ask you about dotting I's and crossing T's. The yards that you piled up last week, they only have 3 points. I mean, it was kind of crazy and phenomenal. What do you do to get guys to take that extra little bit to make sure they're extra particular to be able to dot I's and cross T's? Because it was just a couple things that held you guys back there.
Yeah, that wasn't like us. I mean, we were well over 90% in red zone all year. Whenever we get down there, we're getting points. And for us to get down there that many times in the first half and not come away with anything, getting those kicks blocked killed us. I thought that really could have got us up, and we could have put the game away a lot earlier. And then, Chance Peterson, usually, very good with the ball in his hands and ball security. He had a big fumble that cost us. So it was, it was it was a couple of things that just, kind of happened. And but I think, our guys fought back. We never panicked, and we just kept playing. But that was not like us. That was not like us. But it's easy to get it corrected after a win, and it's tough when you let a team stick around like that. You need to put people away when you have opportunity.
Circling back to the post game really quick before a couple of football questions, what was your perspective like on the field as all that was unfolding? And what's the conversation been like with the team in the past couple of days about it?
With my detail, they don't let me get near the action and all that stuff, so I had to stay away from it. And it's disappointing when you watch it go down, and it's really not a whole lot going on. It's just some pushing and shoving and foolishness. That's what it was, and that's not who we are. I mean, you got 2 great academic institutions. We're not no thugs. So I mean, what are we really doing? Let's play football. We have so much to play for here. We're a championship program. We're trying to fight to get to the playoffs. And now we're about to get some guys suspended over nonsense. It's bigger than that. And we talk about culture over scheme here, and it's about the culture and how we move. And that's not us. And we cannot get out of character like that. And I'm not pointing the finger at Howard or anybody else. That's on us. You got to control your emotions, and you got to control your temper. And it's a waste of time. It's just, it don't make sense. But my conversation with them was, again, same thing. That's not us. That's not who we are. If we ever have a scuffle in practice, we stop practice and run. So we don't fight in practice. So why the heck are we fighting in the game? So very disheartening. and it'll be a learning experience. And unfortunately, you know, some of these seniors, they were involved. That's going to be that could easily be their last game, and which is so unfortunate with the career that these guys have had. So we'll still waiting to hear from the conference office about what's happening. It's hard to game plan for the next week when you don't know who's going to be available. So it happened on Friday. I don't know what's really taking so long, but we'll see who we have available on Saturday when we go play Delaware State.
Thank you, Trey. And a football related kind of question. We've seen Jamari and the season he's had. I'm just wondering from your perspective, where does Jamari kind of fall in the mix of players you've coached? Is he kind of putting in one of the better seasons you've seen? Is he one of the better players you've had an opportunity to coach?
I've seen some great ones. Now, Jamari is an unbelievable running back, but when I was at school in Greensboro, we had obviously Tyreek Cohen and unbelievable. When I was at Grambling, we had all-time leading rushers there and at Southern. So I've seen some great backs come through. I think the biggest thing about Jamari is like he's a great team player. And I've said this before, he could have easily gotten a transfer portal after last year. He was, Mookie got the nod. But he, waited his turn and worked to get better. And he developed and worked on his craft. And, now you've seen the fruits of his labor. So he's an unbelievable football player, unbelievable person, and a great teammate. And it's just good to see that, him have the success that he's had.
Yeah, I'd like to ask you about Delaware State if I could.
Yeah, let's talk about Delaware State. There we go.
Had a pretty good track record against these guys. I want to say one win in the last 7 or 8 outings here. It's a team that's record-wise not exactly going to light anything up, but a team that can definitely put some points on the board. How do you keep you guys focused up with everything that's going on and make them realize they still have to go out and play Delaware State because simply the uniforms going out there won't make a team lie down for them?
Right. Our guys, they're excited. Whenever we have opportunity to play, they are excited. So it won't be hard to get these guys up for Delaware State. Of course, like you said, their record is not probably what they wanted to be, but they're a gritty football team. They are a dangerous football team. And Dover, Delaware is a very hard place to play. I had worked up there. That was my first job. And every time we go up there, it seems like it's a dogfight. 2022, it went down to the wire. I think we scored in our last possession. But it's going to be cold. It's going to be windy. It's one of those places where it's just tough to play. And I think their staff does a really good job. And they have some very talented young men. Their running back, Jaden Sutton, is a very big back. He does a good job running behind his pads. He's probably 6'1", probably about 220. And then they have a receiver that's outstanding as well, Lolly Kid. But I think that they're a physical bunch and they play hard. They lost the quarterback early in the season, and that that probably threw them off a little bit as far as their chemistry. But we're going to have to play well against these people. They're definitely not going to lay down. It's probably their senior day, last game of the season for them. So they're going to be ready to roll. But we got to go up there and play our brand of football and, get those mistakes corrected.
And if I could ask you about Sutton again, what is it about him? I mean, it's not like you don't know that he's going to get the football. I mean, you know that they're going to give it to him. You know he's probably coming right between the tackles too, but still able to be successful. What is it that allows him to rack up yards like that?
I think he has great vision. He runs behind his pads. So, if you come up there playing around, he's going to run you over. So, and then from there, once he gets out for a big man, he has very good speed. And it's deceptive. When he gets out, it's hard, people not going to get him. So we talk about a lot of times we have those receivers, those elusive guys, you got to get to them and stay out of one-on-one situations. This right here is when we have to get hands to the ball and people got to hit them. We can't be in this, one-on-one trying to make tackles. Guys got to go over there and put the Rodell on them.
Hey, Coach, just a quick question for you, or a couple quick questions. Could you kind of lament a little bit more on the special team situation? What's going on, Juan? I know he had an injury a couple weeks ago, and then this week it just didn't look like he was able to lift the ball. Is everything all right there? And have you guys thought about switching to the backup, the Roberts?
Caleb, right? No, Juan is fine. That was protection. Up front, the guys, offensive line have got to do a better job protecting. You cannot take a play off. Those are points. So the same way we want to strain when we're trying to run the ball, you got to strain. We got to protect for these field goals. And, you have a guy take a play off and halfway go through the motions and think they're protecting. The other guy gives more effort and blocks the kick. So that's all it was. We had two of them blocked, and then one, you missed one. But that's all us paying attention to detail and executing. You can't take any play off. Everybody counts. Every play counts. So, and that was very frustrating. Seeing it happen early in the game. Those are points.
And then moving on the defensive side, it looks like Cole Jones. I know he's always been a leader of you guys' defense, but it seems like over the last 3 or 4 games, he's playing faster. He's moving free. What have you seen from Cole in the last couple of weeks? That have you seen that same thing where he stepped his level of play up a little bit?
Yeah, Cole was banged up probably mid-season. He had a lower body injury, and that kind of slowed him down a little bit. We tried to limit his reps in practice so he could be available for games. But he was really banged up and fought through it. But he's an unbelievable football player. He loves the game, student of the game. He understands football. And he's like another coach out there. You don't have to sit there and tell him something 3 or 4 times. You tell him something one time, Cole gets it, and he goes make plays. And, he's one of those guys that he's very similar to the Gallup kid from Howard, number 0. He's very active, always around the ball, and is physical and has bad intentions when he gets there. So Cole is one of my favorites.
And then just kind of a personal question for you. I know it's been a up and down season, and you've had some situations you haven't had to deal with yet. How do you feel like you've grown as a coach, as a person, since August, honestly?
And we've been through so much in this program, especially this past year, with us losing Terrence Howard early on, and then it's been a lot of stuff that's going on in the program with some of our student athletes. We've had a lot of, unfortunately, family members passing. So, it's kind of like your coach, he's like your uncle, a big brother, a counselor. You wear so many hats here. But, I really I have to lean on my staff. And that's one thing I've learned is, I don't micromanage my staff, and I really lean on them. And I ask those people for my team chaplain, and all the time. I ask Ann all the time, Ann, what's going on? What's the temperature of the team? How you feeling? We have our mental health counselors that come to practice and watch us practice. So she'll give me an update every week about, what she feels about the team and, the energy with the team. Same thing with our trainers and strength and conditioning. So I really lean on our support staff as far as, getting their input about where they think we are and how we need to move. But it's a village here, and I give way too much credit. A lot of folks do a whole lot of stuff to make us successful. So I'm truly grateful for my support staff.
Coach, do you have any final comments you can give as we look ahead to Delaware State?
Very important game, probably the biggest game of the year. A whole lot riding on this. We win this. If we win this game right here, we'll be fighting to try to get into the playoffs. And I think that's going to say a lot about our program. If you can win a national championship one year and then make it to the FCS playoffs back-to-back years. So it's very important that we play well this weekend, get a win, and we'll make our bid for the playoff run. But thank you guys. We'll hope that last game of the year, regular season, and we'll send these seniors off on the right way.